Hey guys, it's Becky. I am back with another process video. Today I'm going to be using some papers and things that I got in a citrus twist kit, I do believe. This right here, this polka dotted paper, it is going to serve as my background, or a good part of my background. You can see I put a sketch right there in the upper right hand corner. That is a sketch I'm going to be following. It is a Creative Scrapper sketch and it is number 112. So I'm going to be using one 4x4 picture and then four 2x2 pictures. Right here I'm going to go ahead and take the four smaller ones and put them into a block with on a piece of white cardstock with some white in between them. I kind of printed them that way. The printing app that I usually edit it on my phone. It's very difficult for me to get it to do that evenly all the way around. Probably I want to look into a different app. The one I use right now is called Lil Pix or Lee Pix or something like that, and it's just a pain. It's probably user error. The app is probably fine. It's probably just something I'm doing. So I'm going to go ahead and cut some strips. I am going to use this gingham side, and that gingham paper, it has very light text on it. So light I don't even know what it says. But the way I cut that strip, the text was not going in the right direction, so I am going to pull that back out and cut another strip of it with the text in the correct direction. If I would have left it the way it was, probably no one could tell. I knew it was there, so it kind of bothered me a little bit. That Heidi Swap one that has those hexagons on it, I did use the front and the back. I'm going to use those colorful hexagons. Right here's where I cut another of those strips. I'm going to use the colorful hexagons and also that really pretty kind of a mint aqua color wood grain. It's just a little strip of it. Kind of it hurt a little bit to cut into that paper because I really wanted to use that wood grain for something else. But I will eventually. It's coming. I'm going to do it eventually. It's really pretty. I'm going to have to tell you, it's kind of funny because you guys know I had decided that this year I was going to subscribe to some kit clubs. You know, I had X amount of a budget I wanted to spend each month, or that I could spend each month. And so I went ahead, went with Felicity Jane, and I went with Citrus Twist. I have not killed even one of those kits before another one comes in. It's like I decide to do that and suddenly I slow down a lot with my scrapbooking. It is so weird. So I am going to go ahead and ink the edges of these strips with some Tim Holtz Distress ink in black. I'm also going to pull that piece of white cardstock. You can see right there I trimmed it down. It's going to kind of hold the photos and embellishments. I am going to go ahead and do some black Distress ink around that. The reason why I wanted to is because that black background paper, I think that might have been Heidi Swap. I can't recall. I did freeze frame it for you. But see how it has that black distress up around the corners? Kind of wanted to tie that in, so I just inked the edges of all of the bits. Well, that's not true. I didn't ink any of the embellishments, but that's okay. Go ahead and ink that. Can you hear this? I sound like I am so out of breath. Like a ding dong, I had this inner tube. It's an old inner tube. And I went ahead and a floaty. I went ahead and pulled it out and I found the sports pump, you know, so I could pump it up. But the needle is missing, so I couldn't use it. So I tried to put a straw in the pump and into the floaty and do it that way, and that wouldn't work either. So I went ahead and blew this big old inner tube up by mouth. I kept getting lightheaded because I was using all my oxygen. It was ridiculous. When I got done, I promptly went on Amazon and bought 2 pumps for $8. Just hand pumps. You go, you know. It's going to be manual labor, but it's not going to make me want to pass out. Here I'm showing you where I stitched on those strips right there. I'm going to lay them down kind of the same way they are in the sketch a little bit-ish. I also stitched around that white cardstock. Right here I'm going to use the adventure off of this Wander sticker pack. Okay, now these are kind of sitting kind of to the side, so I was trying to put them down the same way they were on the backing sheet. I don't know if I actually nailed it or not, but it's going to stay the way it is. I did not add any extra adhesive to these, and they feel like they are sticking, so that's good. I didn't really see that coming. Of course, they're not chipboard. They're kind of like epoxy maybe. They're not quite puffy stickers. You know, they're a little bit more hard. They're not really puffy. They're probably like a fancy pants version of puffy, only these aren't fancy pants. I was just using that as an example. So I am going to go ahead and commit to the placement of those strips here in just a minute. And the photos as well, they're going to go like that. Right, like that. These are photos of Mount Vernon. When Jim and I went to DC, we rode up to Mount Vernon and, you know, just toured the place a little bit. I did not actually go into the house. I just walked around on the grounds. And the reason why, it was just really busy the weekend we went up there, and I didn't want to wait. They let people go in groups, and like my time slot to go in wasn't until like 2 hours, and I wasn't gonna just wait around for 2 hours before I could go in and see an old house. I mean, it probably would have been really cool, but you know, you gotta pick and choose what it is you want to spend your time doing. I did tour all the outsides though. It was really neat. I like where it's positioned on that river. I think it's on a river. I don't even know if that's really a river or what it's considered, but it was really cool. Okay, so I am going to go ahead right here and put some of this foam tape down. I'm just going to put it on the background so that I don't have to try and line it up on the photo and pop the photo up that way. Now when I get to the embellishing part of this, I know I say this so much, you guys are probably like, no crap. I'm going to lose footage. So you're not going to see me stick all the bits down. You do see me pull out most of everything I use except for down at the bottom right hand side. I'm going to make just the top of a tag and stick that over to the side with some crochet thread through it. When I show you the layout up close, I will freeze frame on it, and there's also still photos at the end. Right here I'm using these pieces. They're from a Heidi Swap pack. It came in a citrus twist kit, and I used the acetate and also one of the flower die cuts. Those are really cool. They're like kind of like a black and gray color. They were really neat. I am going to use both of those. The one up there at the top right, I went to try to staple it down, but my stapler wasn't long enough, so that obviously did not work. I'm going to pull out a flower punch and punch out just a couple of those flowers. It's kind of like a punch and die, or a punch and stamp, but I only used the punch part of it. That sticker sheet right there, that did not come in any of my citrus twist kits. That was something I had left over. I am going to pull a sticker off of there and use it. And I just put a geotag right down there at the bottom of that photo. That did come off the same sticker sheet as that adventure did. Here I'm going to go ahead and spell out Mount Vernon. And I think those stickers are from a Pink Fresh, one of the new Pink Fresh lines. That came in the kit as well. And it just says Mount Vernon on it, or down there on the photo is what I put. Here's where I punch out those flowers. That punch has like a little flower and also like a little laurel leaf. Maybe it's not considered a laurel, like a little, I don't know, whatever it's called, leaf thingy. I am going to use just 2 of those though. And here's where I'm going to go ahead and get that sticker off of there because I wanted to use it for a little bit of gold. See that? It's really cute. I did fussy cut out some birds out of one of the papers that came in this citrus twist kit that I'm using here, and one's going to go up there at the top right, and then one's going to go down there at the bottom left. Here's where I'm trying to use that stapler. I'm so silly. I still feel like I can't catch my breath. I'm using double-sided tape because I am a weirdo. Okay, see, I lost all the gluing it down. See, everything's magically in place. Also, I put down some gold shiny sequins down there as well. The only thing that you didn't see, piece that I pulled out, like I said, was that tag. It's made from that same paper as that Heidi Swap with the hexagons, that Heidi Swap paper with the hexagons. I love that paper. It's really cute. I probably shouldn't have used it to cut into a strip, right? Alright guys, I did put down the Heidi Swap Color Shining Gold like you just saw. And that's all I do to the layout. I want to thank you so much for joining me. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And right there, did you see that spot for my journaling? Haven't done it yet, but it's right there. Thank you so much for joining me. Bye guys.